I'm only gonna tell you this once. Why I hate Corpos so much. Wanna hear it?
I saw a corpse strip farmers of water and eventually of land. Saw them transform Night City into a machine fueled by people's crushed spirits, broken dreams, and emptied pockets.
And then these Karens removed a bunch of games from Steam and itch.io. Anyway, we're having a look at a Hero Hei video about like the censorship BS that's going on. So yeah, basically the video's called "Payment Processors Are Getting Destroyed by Gamers in Response to Their Censorship." So yeah, so if you don't know what's going on, credit card companies pressured Steam and itch.io to remove some games, and the Karens responsible for it are like these Australian old ass shambling near death bag of bones that are probably bitter because they're old. I don't know. But yeah, they had the credit card companies pressured Steam and itch.io to remove some games, and the people in support of it, like if you're against the censorship, they'll just try to say some shit about you, like, oh, you probably like this initiative. Like, it's a whole weird thing. And not only that, they didn't just remove NSFW games. From what I heard, some regular ass anime games got removed that weren't even NSFW, really. And some horror games on itch.io did. Like, I watched a VTuber play a horror game on a stream of like day before yesterday of this hiccups of this recording. And yeah, there was nothing wrong with that game if that VTuber was able to stream it. Just saying, it's fucking weird. But, you know, it's definitely because some internet Karen just found that horror game offensive, even though horror games are supposed to be fucked up, usually, and scary.
We've got a hilarious update.
Anyway, this should be funny.
Situation. Quick context to this. Early on, when Collective Shout went after payment processors to try and get them to go after Steam, and Steam ended up changing their policies over all this stuff, removing certain adult games. You know the story. Well, people were coming up with ideas to fight back against the payment processors, and one of the ideas that was being shared early on was, for example, as you can see here on our Steam, 5 days ago, how to directly pressure payment processors. If you have a Visa card, go here. Tell Visa you're ticked. We need to directly pressure them. Be nice, don't be rude. Remember, customer service tech you're talking to didn't make the decision, but we need to stand up against censorship.
Yes.
And so some people are sharing their testimonials, if you will.
It's like a bunch of old people are trying to censor everything now, it feels like.
There's stories about what happened when they contacted these payment processors, and it seems like this is actually, on some level, working. So this is a good update, and also a hilarious one. So I mentioned there were some testimonials, or however you want to put it. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
This should be hilarious.
Saying Visa card representative yelled at me. I called this number and simply asked about the content guideline. I got, we've been getting
shit, I almost played the Johnny Silverhand speech again. But I was trying to pause the video saying, holy shit, what made them yell so much?
You talked to someone? Who did you call?
Oh, hold on, let me rewind that.
I called this number and simply asked about the content guideline. I got, we've been getting thousands of calls. You talked to someone? Who did you call? Other people accepted what I said, so why don't you? And then saying at Visa is cooked. And we also got this one saying, did what I could today. Did some work. Called Visa. The man was understanding. Put me on hold for 25 minutes. When back, it was a new person who was very tired. I then repeated the whole story, and I could hear the sigh of energy draining when they knew what it was leading to. This one's crazy. Says, I wish this was a joke, but I got called a predator today by a Visa rep.
Why? This sounds like something those the internet Karens Collective Shout would say. By the way, Collective Shout is the reason why the credit card companies took down the games, or at least they're saying they are. But to be real, it's kind of like the PayPal thing. Was it last year when they on that one Japanese site where you could commission art and shit like that? But yeah, it's kind of like when PayPal tried to do the same shit on like a different website. It's just this time they attacked gamers and gooners. Like, what the fuck? Not wise.
I just happened to be called that. Wait, think I just happened to be a call that pushed the woman over. Excuse me. Lodged 2 formal complaints after that and spun circles on the 2 calls and was about 25 minutes. Why would you be called a predator, though?
Yeah, that's weird.
What the frick, dude? And we've also got this one. Says, had a similar issue on the phone yesterday with Visa, in which they were hyper-aggressive. And the woman even tried suggesting that I must have been buying illegal content. What? Before launching into her, I'm going to disconnect the call now script.
You must have been buying illegal content. No, Steam and itch.io don't sell illegal shit. They wouldn't be around if they did. And yeah, just reminds me of the time when like my debit card tried to deny me deny my purchase. I was trying to buy Evil Within 2. This happened a few years ago, and I had to call them, and I got annoyed and told them, look at my purchase history. I buy from this place all the time. It's a video game. And yeah, it was like an argument. Then eventually I just was able to buy Evil Within 2. Anyway, sorry. It's not exactly the same thing, but it was weird.
Wait. So, is the implication here that they're being called like predators and buying illegal content because they're fighting back against these restrictions? That seems like the sort of thing like Collective Shout would say. Like I wouldn't expect.
Oh God. So they're calling people who don't like censorship predators. Is that like the morons that call non-white people white supremacists, which makes no sense? And for those people, a white supremacist is a white racist person that thinks white people are superior. That is all. Not someone who disagrees with my political view. That is all.
Expect this from people who are just like Visa hotline people. And I kind of feel bad for them on one hand because like they're just, you know, the employees who are not responsible for these policy decisions and whatnot. But like, they shouldn't be accusing people of being predators and
yeah, that's fucking weird.
Everything. My point is that seems like the sort of thing you would expect Collective Shout to say, right? Like, oh, you're upset with us going after these games. You must be a predator, or you must be buying illegal content or something. You know, some.
They didn't just take down NSFW games. They took down some horror games and some anime games that weren't even NSFW. That's what I've been hearing. Like they're targeting stuff that isn't even NSFW stuff.
Nonsensical point like that, but apparently these people are saying that even some of these Visa hotline people are saying stuff like this to them. Maybe I'm misunderstanding this. I'm just trying to make sense of some of these responses that people are apparently getting. And as written here, the folks applying pressure know that someone at a call center has limited power in a scenario like this. Typically, agents are equipped to handle standard customer issues like payment fraud or credit card loss. But the point is not to enact change through a specific phone call. It's to cause enough disruption that the ruckus theoretically starts costing payment processors money. That takes us back over to Japanese politician Zenko Kurishita. As what's written here shows you how Collective Shout went about this and why this strategy that gamers are now using to go after payment processors is essentially fighting fire with fire. So
it is.
The Australian organization Collective Shout has been pushing for content restrictions on Steam and itch.io, according to records.
Yeah, so the Collective Shout people, which again are a bunch of ancient Karens that probably aren't even involved in gaming, are trying to push censorship and on like Steam and itch.io, which caused, again, like itch.io had a horror game that got taken down. No, I'm not talking about mouthwashing. There was another horror game that got taken down because of this shit. I watched a VTuber play. It's on a stream, and The stream didn't get shut down. It was fine. So that says something.
Records published on their website.
Weird.
They sent 1,067 emails to payment processors like Visa and MasterCard starting in May. If such a number of emails led to regulations that cost around 20,000 adult games to disappear, with reports also indicating that these...
I have a question. Why do they care about people that they don't even know playing adult games? Like they're fucking weird about... Like, why do they care about what gooners are doing? It's kind of weird, right? I mean, they're like old Karens. Are they mad because, I don't know, gooners aren't giving them attention or something? I don't know. They're a bunch of old Karens, so kind of weird that they care so much.
These games were removed from the libraries of users who had previously purchased them. It can only be described as a serious threat to creators and users. Even though there might have been many times more people who felt those works were fine or liked them, what about the effort put in by these creators? They are unilaterally decided without consideration. This asymmetry, along with the lack of transparency and information disclosure, is also a significant issue. And he cites Collective Shout's, presumably their own website here, where they outline some of their strategy as we just went over. And as mentioned, the point to this is, well, if Collective Shout sent around 1,000 emails for that period of a few months or whatever it was, I mean, the internet can do a lot more than that.
Yeah.
The internet can do a lot more than that, man.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hilarious.
You're just a few Karens. The internet, which you pissed off. You pissed off the gooners. You pissed off the anime fans. You pissed off the gamers, horror game fans, like just horror fans in general. They're gonna do way more than you did, you stupid fucking Karens.
Is seeing these payment processors bending the knee to Collective Shout, and now it's like, oh really, okay, 1K emails and however many phone calls that these Australian feminists may have sent. Well, good luck now with the internet coming after you. Now, as I said before, I think it's completely reasonable speculation that the executives at these payment processors actually have no issue with Collective Shout trying to get them to do this stuff. What I mean more specifically is they want to try and abuse their power and see what they can get away with. So I don't think like the whole Collective Shout thing worked simply because they annoy these payment processors. No, I think these payment processors also saw this as an opportunity to test how much power and control they have, right?
Yeah, they're basically doing what PayPal was doing when I keep forgetting what that site is, but I just remember people used to commission art, like artists would do commissions there, and PayPal tried to use the excuse, oh, we don't want you buying NSFW with stuff with PayPal or whatever. Like, again, PayPal was trying to control shit and they got a lot of backlash.
Right. So simply annoying
it's just now it's the credit card companies
that they may start operating in a different way when those executives literally want to try to control the internet. But the point still stands that using this strategy of fighting fire with fire and clogging up their logistics can still harm the company. Here's a testimonial on Steam 4 days ago. This is about an email, so a bit different from the ones we read earlier regarding phone call responses. Says, so I got a response from Visa. Reads, hello redacted. Thank you for reaching out and sharing your perspective. As a global company, we follow the laws and regulations everywhere we do business. While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting illegal commerce. If a transaction is legal, our...
Steam doesn't sell illegal shit, you dumbass. Nor does itch.io. Itch.io just has indie games. Steam just has a bunch of PC games. But of course, they'll try to twist it and, you know.
Policy is to process the transaction.
Their whole goal is control.
Judgments on legal purchases made by consumers. Yeah, right. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
The OP goes on and like calls that out too. We'll get to that though. Visa does not moderate content sold by merchants, nor do we have what? They really saying that? Visa does not moderate content sold by merchants, nor do we have visibility into the specific goods or services sold when we process a transaction.
Sure.
When a legally operating merchant faces an elevated risk of legal activity, we require enhanced safeguards for the banks supporting those merchants. For more information on Visa's policies, please visit our network integrity page on visa.com.
You're freaking out over fucking games. And again, it's been found out that it's not just Gooner games getting fucking targeted. Again, a horror game got taken down.
Hyperlinked. Thank you for writing.
Well, not just one, but that's
and as mentioned, the
one I know of.
I guess I will just remove myself for a second. It reads, so basically their response was the biggest gaslighting I've ever seen. Talk about trying to block the sun with one finger.
Jeez.
Never heard that one before. It's funny.
That's
they
new.
completely deny moderating content even when there's an overabundance of evidence. Anyways, we should keep on pressing the issue. I'll share the template I used on the first comment and the Visa website so you can give them your regards. Just remember to be polite but firm. Also, the template has been modified by me to not have invalid characters and have enough characters to send without issue, but is based on a template another user shared. Now, hypothetically, guys, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but like, if the single goal is to just like clog up their logistics and make things more complicated for the company and all that, that means you could even call them and just like make up some completely like insane story about like a fake fraud case that happened or something.
Like, you could just make the most outrageous thing happen. Like, you just tell them the most outrageous thing happen and then just annoy the fuck out of them.
Like, you don't even need to actually mention that it's about all this stuff, referring to, you know, like the payment processor, censorship and whatnot. You could be like, yeah, dude, my freaking dog was like chewing up my credit card and then I was trying to take it from his mouth and like my hand slipped after I like pulled it out. Oh, that sounded kind of weird, but but the credit card like went flying and some freaking like homeless person picked it up and ran off and I couldn't catch him. And now I think I'm like worried that there's a bunch of fake, you know, purchases. And then they're like, okay, what's your information so we can help you? It's like, dude, I don't remember. It's on the card. Like, I don't have the card anymore. Like, you got to help me, though. You can just, like, make up the craziest stuff. Oh, my gosh. Maybe that's a bad idea, though. Yeah, I'm not suggesting anyone actually do that. I'm just saying that.
I mean, it's hilarious,
so back
though.
on a Reddit thread, someone basically said, like, yeah, man, all you got was a generic response, but I appreciate the effort. And the OP responds to that saying, honestly, I expected nothing, or a generic non-response email about how much they appreciate the feedback and do their best to work it out or something along those lines. What I didn't expect was such a blatant gaslighting attempt / straight up lie. Anyway, nothing new under the sun. I just thought the community might get a kick out of it. And I'll leave it there. Just thought some of this stuff was pretty amusing and I hope you guys got a laugh out of it. Despite some bad news lately, there is some wholesomeness with people fighting back together, fighting back against these corrupt companies and these corpos. So yeah. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Consider liking and or subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage. I'll see you in the comments here and in the next one.
Corps have long controlled our lives, taken lots, and now they're after our souls.
Right?
Can't really argue with you there.
Can't argue with that.
I've declared war not because capitalism's a thorn in my side or out of nostalgia for an America gone by. This war's a people's war against a system that spiraled out of our control. It's a war against the fucking forces of entropy. Understand? Do whatever it takes to stop them.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this whole thing's stupid. Let's be real. And it's all because some angry Australian Karens wanted attention. But for real, why the fuck do they care about what, like, Gooners are doing? It's, like, weird. Like, right? It's fucking weird. But anyway, yeah. Again, I'm just baffled on why the fuck this is all happening. It's because all these, and again, it's not like it was just Gooner games. It was anime games, horror games. I swear to fucking God, if Cyberpunk gets pulled, I'm gonna be pissed off. But anyway, well, I also have it on good old games, but yeah. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.